What is good, Nio family? It's your boy Ray-Jay back with another video, and in this video, we're going to be talking about the one and only Nio and why I'm extremely bullish for the near-term and long-term future. I'm going to talk about what on earth the news is saying and what I expect to be playing out very, very soon. So I'm still very, very bullish for Nio, guys, believe it or not, and I still see a lot of upside coming out very soon. So I'm going to talk about that right now. But before I say anything, before I go about anything, I do have to mention that I'm not a financial legal or taxation expert, so don't take this as financial legal or taxation advice. This video is solely for entertainment purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash that like button if you want to see more videos like this and all streaming benefits the entire Nio community as a whole. With all that said and done and out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So looking at Nio from a one-day perspective, we can see that it had a very, very interesting move. So let me remove the MACD real quick and show you what happened. Nio was at $42 a share. It dropped all the way down to $40.63. We saw some consolidation above 40. Then we ran all the way up to $41.50, closing just in the green at 0.28, excuse me, 0.48% up for the day. So it's still a green day. We'll still take that. We're up almost 0.5%, and it's looking pretty decent. If you look at some Bolingers right over here, there was a huge drop down to the lower band, but that's typically what happens in the very beginning. High volatility in the very beginning, very similar to that of Tesla. It did move very similarly to that of Tesla. If you pull up the Tesla chart like this, you can see that Tesla had a bit of a drop and a huge drop down to 1152 before running right back up. And Nio, of all stocks, had a very similar piece of movement. It dropped all the way down. We saw some consolidation, then it reversed all the way up to the mid $41 range. Now, it did close above the mean price or just at the mean price, which means it had a decent closing, and overall it's doing quite well. Now, if I bring up the MACD and I show you over the past 6 months, you would see that right now, Nio did enter a bit of a kind of semi sideways slash bearish kind of situation. We were at 42, but then after the report came out from October, it did kind of just trade sideways. But I'm not scared whatsoever. We saw this in the past, and then the MACD flipped again and it continued to go up. And I do think we're going to continue to go up very, very soon. And the reason I say that is we could see based on previous trends that Nio is going to have big moves. Why big moves? Because remember, last Nio day, Nio ran to $66, and Nio day is coming up on December 18th, 2021. Now, let me bring up the Fibonacci real quick. The Fibonacci shows you levels of support and resistance. So, leading up to December 18th, 2021, I think we're going to see more and more bullish movements coming up. There has been a little bit more resistance because of the report that came out from October, but after that, we're going to probably stair step our way slowly up and up and up and up all the way up to 56. And I do think that we're going to see that by December most likely. But I do want to put it out there that after December comes, if Nio has some big announcement, we could see even more upside, even as high as the 60s come out. And why do I think it's going to make such a big move in such a short period of time? Once again, it's because of Nio Day, because of European expansion, and all the big announcements that are coming up very soon. Now, specifically for Nio, I do have to note something. Guys, the media is just smashing Nio right now. They're trying to make Nio look a lot worse than how bad it can look right now because of October. But I'm not afraid whatsoever because I do believe that Nio is a monster and it has the insane potential we keep on talking about. So let's go over what these articles are saying before I go into more specific details about the price movement. But basically, this article from Benzinga says Volkswagen beats X-Peng, Li Auto, and Nio numbers for October. So now they're hyping up VW. That's just plain interesting. But they could go ahead and do that. But they brought Nio into this as well because October wasn't that great of a month for Nio, as they had some production issues and they were just trying to improve for the upcoming months. So even though that did happen, you guys have to note that the quarterly earnings report for Nio will come out very soon. The next few weeks it's going to come out. Now, there isn't a specific date yet from what I saw, but when Nio's Q3 earnings report comes out, Nio is most likely going to, there could be a little bit downside leading up to it, and maybe a little after, but after, if there are really good numbers, that could actually slowly help Nio run up again and continue on the bullish cycle. Now, anyways, this article right over here from Yahoo Finance states that Nio provides October 2021 delivery update, and it delivered once again 3,667 cars in October 2021, decreasing 27.5% year over year due to restructuring and upgrades and manufacturing lines and preparation for new, product, introduction. And to me, even though there was a bit of a drop, you guys need to remember the statistic right over here. The Cumulative deliveries of the ES8, ES6, and EC6 for Nio is 145,000 deliveries, guys. Don't forget that. Despite Nio being a baby of a company, they still are killing it. Now, they did have one bad month, which is October, and I'll be honest, but at the end of the day, they killed it last quarter. They're going to kill the month of November and December, and Nio Day is probably going to announce some really huge things. So I'm very excited for what this company has coming up very soon. They did mention that there was restructuring and upgrade scheduling for the ES8 production, and that was supposed to be resumed towards the end of October, and that led to a lot of decreases in the amount of deliveries that they had. And look, yeah, it happens. There are going to be times where things like this happen, but it's nothing to just get scared over it, because in the short term, sure, you could be scared. For the long term, I'm not scared whatsoever. And if anything, October is over and this news has already been out there, yet Nio did not crash. Instead, it's been trading a little bit sideways. We saw a bit of a drop leading up to it, and after that it's just been a lot more in the green than where it has been. And for me, I just think this is going to continue. Now, another article states, I mean, they're just attacking Neo once again, talking about October, how bad it's been, quote unquote bad, this and that. And oh my goodness, I hear this so many times. It's nothing that I'm scared of. The media just goes on with it. But, anyways, for the Neo update on Twitter, Neo's Twitter says that there are currently over 250 Neo spaces in more than 121 cities in China. Before Neo got to this point, here's what a look at it would look like. And look at how this began. Neo was a baby of a company and still is a bit of a baby. I mean, it's only existed for like 7 years. Yet Neo is still showing lots and lots of potential, lots and lots of growth, and it just makes me very excited for their future. We know this thing has insane potential. We know it has investors' interest, and we know that they are improving from full self-driving technology to their battery technology. It's not just a battery swap company, but it's also a very keen competitor with other EVs out there, including Tesla, believe it or not. Now, for what I think is going to happen, and I already told you that in the long run, or at least for the next upcoming, I would say, month and a half, I do see this thing going all the way up to the 50s at least, maybe even as high as 56 leading up to Neo Day. And then after Neo Day, it may even go up to the 60s. But for tomorrow, and this is where I need to get more serious with you guys, we might see some sideways trading for just a few days before Neo gets the next leg up. You could see that it dropped, it went up, and we saw very similar things happen over the past 5 days. I mean, we slowly stepped our way up to 42, and then after that, we began to drop just a little bit, another run up, a drop. I mean, it's just out of this world. And you have to remember, Neo is also affected by the price of Tesla and other EVs from X-Peng to Li Auto. So I believe Tesla is going to kill it as well. I did talk about that previously, and I do think Neo is going to kill it as well simultaneously. But you just have to give Neo a little bit more time, especially when big catalysts are coming out, for us to see the really, really big moves that we are waiting for. So for now, I wouldn't be surprised with a little bit of sideways trading. And if anything, I do think that this thing is going to continue on a bullish cycle, but it's just going to require a little bit more time to see those big moves. With that said and done, guys, thank you so much for listening. Please have a great rest of the day, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. Neo to the moon, and peace out.